I'm Lynn Miranda, and I'm an associate professor here at the Nicholas School of the Environment, as well as in the Department of Pediatrics, and I also serve as the director of the Children's Environmental Health Initiative for the university. This study is about how low-level lead exposure early in children's lives affects their performance on end-of-grade tests in elementary school, and it was published in Neurotoxicology.
Did you find a connection between exposure and lead in early childhood and end-of-grade test scores?
We absolutely found a connection, and in fact we found a connection at very low levels of lead exposure. The CDC's blood lead action level is 10 micrograms per deciliter, and we found discernible, statistically significant results at very low levels of lead exposure, more in the realm of 2 to 3 micrograms per deciliter, and this was true on both reading scores and on math scores. In addition, we found that the impact of lead exposure was not even across the entire distribution of end-of-grade test scores. So in fact, kids who tended to cluster at the bottom end of the distribution of EOG test scores were affected even more by the exposure to lead early in life.
Which children appear to be most at risk?
The children who are most at risk are low-income minority children living in older housing. In addition, children who have low social support, whether it's because of a chaotic neighborhood or fewer family resources, they are especially vulnerable to the effects of early childhood
Without
lead
getting
exposure.
too technical, what type of statistical tool did you use to conduct this analysis?
Well, the technical name for it is quantile regression, but what that really means is that we looked at the full distribution of end-of-grade test scores, and the quantile regression allows us to look at slices of that distribution independently. So that means that we can look at the effects of lead exposure for kids who are at the bottom end of the test score distribution differently from how we look at the effects of lead exposure for kids who are on the top end of the distribution. The Children's Environmental Health Initiative, or CEHI, is a research, education, and outreach program committed to fostering environments where all children can prosper.